Hey there, crypto traders and investors. It's Rod with POW Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best crypto community. Today is Wednesday. It's November 13th. Hope you're well. In this video, we're going to take a look at HBAR. We've got some ETF filing news, and we also will take a look at the chart. We'll take a look at the price action, what to expect there in terms of the action in the days, weeks, months ahead. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, take the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. And full disclosure, I do own a lot of HBAR. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPal. Canary Capital applies to launch spot HBAR exchange traded product. So the asset manager has filed with the SEC to list and trade shares of spot, Hedera, Solana, and XRP exchange traded products. So it's the wave of ETFs, right? You have to be careful though with these ETFs. And today there was some relistings by Robinhood. You have to be careful though, because leading into the end of a cycle, the reason why they're relisting everything on Robinhood, the reason why they're creating these ETFs is to make it so that the masses can easily buy. You're going to see a massive euphoric blow off top, and then they're going to use retail as exit liquidity. What better way to do it through Robinhood or through an ETF with ease, right? You can just do it through your regular stockbroker account. People are going to buy it's going to open up the floodgates. It's going to make it super easy for people to buy. So personally, I'm going to be very careful when it comes to these ETFs. And it depends what the price is doing. If the price is still relatively low when the ETF launches, then absolutely. But you want to be careful. You don't want to be entering too late, because you definitely don't want to be left holding the bag when the music stops. But this is great to see. HBAR was absolutely exploding yesterday on this news. We just reset the chart here from the low to the high. There was up almost 100%. So yeah, we hit on the low of November 3rd. We were at 4.1 cents. And then on November 12th, we were at 7.6 cents, almost 7.7 cents. So that's how quickly things can change in a hurry. But yeah, we were looking at a potential cup and handle that failed. We'll just get rid of some of these drawings and then we'll start over here. So on HBAR, we have daily support there at 5.2 cents. And right now, it's just a massive range, like that daily inside bar and daily candle from yesterday. Absolutely massive. But on the weekly time frame, we've got our stochastic, the MACD's blasting off. We're looking fantastic here on the weekly time frame. We're also gearing up for the first ever 50 and 200 weekly moving average bull cross. The last time that happened on Ethereum, price went from $500 to almost 5,000. So just imagine what could happen to HBAR. HBAR easily be at $1 or $2 some point soon. Also gearing up for a golden crossover, I would say the next several weeks. I'd say probably month or two. We'll see a golden cross with the 50-day below the 200-day moving average and crossing. And then we'll see tons of upside as a result. Again, I've been expecting Bitcoin to top out somewhere around 120, 140K. And that'll probably happen over the next month or two. And then alt season will happen after that, probably beginning of 2025. It'll end somewhere around, maybe the end of the first quarter or sometime during the second quarter of 2025. And HBAR will go absolutely bananas in that alt season. I think somewhere around February, March is when we'll really start to peak in terms of alt season. But on the monthly time frame here, if we go from our high to the low with the fib tool and get our fib extension levels, this is what we would be targeting in the next bull cycle. So the 2.618 to the 3.618, very, very common to target those areas. The 4.618 is very common as well, but not the most common. So I'd say somewhere around this area here is a decent area to target on HBAR, and we're entering the wave of utility, right? We're getting clarity. We're probably going to see crypto legislation at some point. Gary Gensler's probably going to step down. We're probably going to see, more and more ETFs filed. We're going to see baskets of ETFs. We're going to see strategic reserves in the US, companies starting to adopt crypto more and more. So yeah, somewhere around that $1.50 to $2 I think is very doable. $1 I think is very easily this cycle, but yeah, somewhere around $1.50 to $2 I think on the high end for this cycle. But yeah, very, very bullish on HBAR here, and I would like to increase my holdings by a little bit, but not a whole lot. I would say my bags are probably 90% packed at this point. But yeah, we have tons of volatility right now, and right now it's just Bitcoin stealing the show. So if we take a look at Bitcoin dominance, BTC.D, it's actually at the highs. So we're at 61%. I would expect it to top out somewhere around 65 to 70%. And then after that, we'll see Bitcoin pull back and then money rotate into alts. And then I think alt season is going to go absolutely insane. But yeah, we'll bring up HBAR here on the weekly time frame. See if we can see any clues here. So yeah, we still have yet to confirm a weekly uptrend. We're still yet to confirm the higher low and higher high, but we're no longer in a weekly downtrend. We broke that lower high, lower low pattern, so that's great to see. And then in terms of the monthly time frame, yeah, we did confirm a monthly bear flag actually. Let me just go from the high, grab our fib tool here. So from the high to the low there, yeah, like anything right now under 10 cents, 9.7 cents is a potential monthly bear flag. There's also a bear flag on Quant, which I just did a video on that one as well. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out. But yeah, it's saying we could be targeting about 2.5 cents on HBAR. And we did confirm it. We had a lower high and a lower low. So all in the same candle, generally not what we want to see, but generally this isn't a good sign either. So all about support there at 4.1 cents now going forward. Wouldn't want to see us lose that. If we do, then we could be heading back down to a couple cents. I wouldn't be surprised. I think, it's hard to say, right? With Bitcoin dominance really starting to fly and money really start to focus on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin could continue to steal the show. We'll see what's happen. We'll see what happens, but we're also not set up that well either. If Bitcoin were to see any meaningful pullback or any kind of black swan or broader market pullback, right? Like we're not set up well on some of these names like HBAR and Quant, which have monthly bear flags. So yeah, we just have to be patient. I think, over the next month or two, Bitcoin will top out and then we'll see alt season begin. That doesn't mean, we're going to be going to the moon then. It could be, February, March, where alt season really starts to kick into full force, right? But on the monthly time frame, similar to Quant, we're gearing up for the first ever monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here on HBAR as well. So we're still, I'd say, at least a month or so away before we see that, maybe even 2 months before we see those cross. So again, it's lining up with exactly my thinking is where we're probably going to see Bitcoin top out over the next month or two. And then we'll see one of, if not the biggest alt seasons ever, in my opinion. So we'll continue to check in, but this is great news. We're seeing this wave of ETFs. There's probably going to be more. There's probably going to be baskets of ETFs as well. So this is all great news. I just want to caution people, just be very, very mindful when you're buying these ETFs that, you're buying it not when prices are hitting irrational exuberance to the upside, right? You don't want to be buying when things are monthly oversold or overbought or weekly overbought, right? If you're buying and holding for 10 years, okay, that's one thing, but just be very, very careful because I think that these ETFs, the reason why, all these Bitcoin ETFs are launching near all-time highs is because they're trying to lure all of retail in, right? All of the dumb money, right? That's not me creating that term. That's just the term that, the big banks and the rich people use, right? They call us dumb money because we generally do the opposite, right? They've been buying the lows and then they create the ETFs and then they pawn it off, right? They've been buying at crazy cheap prices. Then the ETFs launch, we're at all-time highs and they're saying, all these idiots, right? Like this, the dumb money crowd, right? They're buying at all-time high and they're not understanding that that this was the plan all along, right? So just be careful with these ETFs. You definitely don't want to be left holding the bag. It's one thing if you're okay with 60-70% correction after buying an ETF. Just remember that very well could happen, and that the whole reason why these ETFs are being created now, like at this specific time, I think is exit liquidity. But in the next cycle or two, right, these ETFs are going to be great. So I'm just going to be very careful when I'm looking at these ETFs. I'm going to be making sure that prices are still relatively low and saving cash on the sidelines in case we do enter a bear cycle. And then I'll be looking for the next cycle after that, 1 or 2 cycles out for these ETFs. And the great thing about these ETFs is, if you're in Canada or some other jurisdiction where you do tax-free savings accounts, you can put all that money into a tax-free savings account and it grows tax-free when you take it out. So overall, this is great news. Love HBAR. I love the utility of it, and I think it's going to be one of the winners long term, and especially ahead of a crazy alt season and a utility bull run. All right, go ahead and end it there. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. It's Rod with POW Group. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again in the next video.